You best be believing in ghost stories, Twitch chat. You're in run. Welcome, guys, to day 1 of our Aranessa Saltspite Pirates of Sartosa roleplay campaign, as voted for by the Warthog Unleashed community on Discord. They chose the Vampire Coast and they chose Aranessa Saltspite, so that's who we're going to be going with. Let me get you guys a live scene. There we go. Let's get in here with new campaign. We are going to be doing Mortal Empires.
I fight for the greater good.
Well, that's all good, well and good, Tyrion, but we're not playing as you, so shut up. We are going to be playing as the Queen of Tides. Spicy flopping in. Welcome to the stream, Spicy.
The Sea Father calls!
There she is. Aranessa Saltspite. Honey, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Wolf Pack. Let me just update you. Although, you really could update yourself, but I'll do it. There we go. Now, has anyone claimed Captain Jack Sparrow? You can't claim Captain Jack Sparrow because he's not in the game. Alright. We're going to do a little bit of flavor reading for the beginning, just in case there's anybody who happens to be here or watching later on that doesn't know about Pirates of Sartosa, and just to refresh me as well. There's a couple paragraphs here, but we'll be fine with it. The most feared of all pirates who menace the waters surrounding the city port of Sartosa and beyond is the Queen of Tides, Aranessa Anya Saltspite. Rumour has it that she was not sired by mortal man, but is actually the daughter of sea god Manan, the Sea Father himself. That she rose fully grown out of the waves in a froth of gore, with seawater flowing through her veins instead of blood. Having been cast out by her Norscan tribe as a baby, she is said to have cut off her own fishtail before heading out to sea to seek her fortune, biding her time until she was strong enough, in every sense, to take her bloody revenge upon the people who left her for dead. Whatever Aranessa's origins, there can be no doubt that she is greatly favoured by the sea god, and that a peculiar connection exists between them, for she has sailed the great ocean to the very ends of the world and back, through the most violent of tempests, yet always emerges unscathed. Aranessa knows that it is her duty to protect the Sea Father's realm as he protects her, but the sea is vast, and such a task would be countless lifetimes, would take countless lifetimes, so Manan has granted her some of the world's most powerful seafarers, vampire admirals, with whom he has made pacts in exchange for their aid. Aranessa is not entirely comfortable with this alliance, but knows her necromantic officers are undeniably useful. as Manan washes the corpses of dead sailors against the swordfish's hull, and upon the shores of Sartosa her allies breathe unlife into them, thus fortifying her crew with shipmates Manan considers more permanent. Associations with the undead aside, those who have met Aranessa and lived say she is a strange character indeed. Peg-legged from her long career as a buccaneer, she has no warmth in her soul and absolutely no love for man. Only the open seas and the glitter of gems can melt her scowl, but as Aranessa's crew maintain, on those rare occasions where she deigns to smile, it is like a new dawn. But what manner of dawn? A dawn of merciless, cutthroat violence, theft, and murder, which rages without end. That sort of dawn. Beholden to no man, be he living or dead, Captain Aranessa Saltspite, the self-styled Pirate Queen, is every bit as merciless as the great ocean itself. So I'm assuming it is the same as 3K. It's almost entirely the same rules, yes, Imotech. Ironically, we were playing the Bandit Queen in 3K, and now we're playing the Queen of Tides, or the Pirate Queen, in Warhammer, which was not deliberate, that's just the way the voting went. So, taking a look at all of the Vampire Coast have these things. They have an infamy and loyalty mechanic. They have pirate coves, which they can build inside other people's settlements. An extra powder, which boosts the firepower of missile units, or boosts the firepower that missile units can output in battle, while they have high levels of ammo at their disposal. The Pirates of Sartosa gain minus 100 diplomatic relations with Norska, because, as we just read, Aranessa was apparently a Norscan one time, and was cast out. Chance of finding treasure maps increased by 25%. Income from raiding increased by 50%. Income? What is income, Tom? Income from sacking settlements plus 20%. And then Aranessa personally gives plus 12 leadership aura. Plus 12 leadership in her aura. Her weapon strength in her army for all Sartosan units is 20% higher. And all Sartosan units in her army get plus 8 melee attack. Income is what Dingle's mom asked me. Jesus, Wonk. Jesus. Squeaks, welcome to the stream. See you popped in as well. Yeah, Imotech has popped the Join Me Warhammer command. So we are playing with Sponsor an Officer and Name a Regiment on. All followers can name a regiment, and all you need to do is specify which regiment you want. What type of unit basically, and what you want them called. We can rename them from level 1 in Warhammer, so that's not a problem. Or if you are a subscriber, my Wolfpack members can sponsor heroes, which is like the agents, and the generals, not legendary lords, so you will not be allowed to sponsor Aranessa Saltspite, or if we somehow acquired them, Count Noctilus, Luther Harkon, Silostra Diaphan. You can't sponsor those guys, but when we generate NPC lords, you guys can sponsor those, and you can rename them in this game. It's not like Three Kingdoms, so provided the name isn't offensive or just outright stupid, you can have whatever name you want for your sponsored officer. We're going to be starting with some deck gunners, some rotting Prometheans, and a Sartosa Free Company. We are going to be playing normal difficulty because this is about the story, not about me proving how bad I am at the game. And for those of you who are familiar with the Warhammer world, the black on this little mini-map is actually the sea, the other bit is the land. It always gets me, it seems backwards. But we're going to be, this is the area that it's looking at. We start down here in Sartosa, so to the south of the Border Princes, if you know where they are, which are to the south of the Empire. Are the rotting Prometheans the crabs? They are. Followers can have heroes? No. Heroes and lords are going to be subscriber only in this campaign. Followers can have a regiment. Let's click the start campaign button and get going. Aranessa Saltspite, daughter of Manan and one of the greatest pirate lords to ever stalk the oceans, is restless. the petty politics and cutthroat life amidst the broken docks of Sartosa no longer enthrall the Queen of Tides. Indeed, the Seafather himself has visited and decreed that she take control of all the world's oceans. Such a task would take countless lifetimes, and so the currents wash many a dead corpse against the Swordfish's hull, which the recently recruited vampire officers breathe unlife into, creating a vast rabble of loyal crew, ready to serve at Captain Saltspite's command. I am indeed just starting blank. Welcome to the stream, buddy. We're just loading up for the first look at the campaign. Role-playing Aranessa Saltspite, the Queen of Tides. How's the sound balance and stuff, guys? Are we good on the sound? Apologies for slightly longer load times. There's not a lot of memory on my C drive, so most of my Steam library is actually on my D drive, which means it loads slower. When can you bang out the regiment name, Imhotep? Let's wait till we get in the game. Is it for the Rotting Prometheans? Are you wanting to name the first Rotting Promethean regiment? I'm a little bit quiet. Okay, I'll try and adjust when we've loaded. Yeah, the Rotting Prometheans. I mean, you can drop the name now if it's for them, because we've got them on the map anyway, so... We'll see what Imhotep's gonna name his Rotting Prometheans. Are the deck gunners any good, Wonk? I honestly haven't played Total War Warhammer for a long time, and it's been even longer since I last played the Vampire Coast. They're pretty cool. They basically carry like I mean, if you've played any kind of naval game where they have the deck swivel guns.
Aranessa Anya Saltspite, daughter of Manan and irascible captain of the Swordfish. Your very name strikes fear into the soft hearts of the men in the southern realms. Neighboring Tilea is a source of great wealth and resources. Seizing or raiding these settlements will strengthen your fleet for greater voyages. Other, more verminous beings lurk here too. Skaven corruption spreads like a case of scurvy. Although it's an affliction even the dead can succumb to if left to fester. To the west, beast men gather in the forests and woods, looking to strike out at the men of Estalia. While across the sea are the lands of former opulence, which now lie in ruins deep beneath the sands. And yet, the tomb robbers haven't stolen everything. There are still plenty of treasures left to plunder. But it is the sea, not the sand, that calls. The Sea Father would have you sit upon a throne of coral and rule the world, and so sends undead allies to aid your cause. You are the Queen of the Tides. All shall bow to your piratical majesty.
Lovely. Alright, let's take a quick look at this because it's been a while since I played Vampire Coast. Pirate crews and shipbuilding. Enlist and expand your crew via pirate settlements or from your legendary lord's flagship. Your lord operates as a mobile fighting and construction platform, independent from normal empire building, and able to recruit or construct from their flagship at sea or on land without the need of a settlement. Infamy. To become a legendary pirate, you must first acquire infamy through your actions. Defeating armies, capturing settlements, and establishing pirate coves will increase infamy levels. In doing so, your ranking on the list of infamous pirates will improve, rising towards the top and drawing the attention of legendary pirates in possession of the powerful verses of the Lost Sea Shanty. Pirate coves can provide a steady income and other benefits from settlements owned by other factions. These coves can be secretly developed at any port settlement, leeching from the current occupants, though they will be blissfully unaware of your activities. Excellent. Chapter objective: Sartosa's Fiercest. Occupy, loot, raise or sack 4 different settlements, so basically win 4 different settlement battles. Aranessa has received Manan's favour before, but this time he has granted her the ability to control the ocean's dead to bolster her crew. Manan also gives her a task, for there are others who plunder the seas for riches who cannot be suffered to exist in his realm. Aranessa must uphold her reputation as the most feared sea raider in Sartosa and go on a campaign of despoilment in her father's name. Excellent. Right. Where is Aranessa? She is up here. I am playing with some banner mods, so this is not how the normal banners look in the game, but I think this looks way better.
Aranessa Saltspite.
Here's Aranessa's army. So we've got Imhotep wants the rotting Prometheans. That's not how you rename things, Tom. That is. And they are Mr. Crab's children. It's borderline too silly, but I'll allow it. Mr. Crab's children, and that is now that regiment's name. Wonk is going with, well, they're the same experience, so we'll just pick one. One of the deck gunners, Jeff Bastard and Friends. What? What's that about, Wonk? Jeff Bastard and Friends. There we go. That's one of those. I'm just going to update my spreadsheet with that. So we've got Imhotep. That is legit all that I ever hear whenever I say your name, Imhotep. Regiment, Mr. Crab's children, and then it's me, the Wonk, is gonna be having Jeff Bastard and Friends. Not sure why. But there we go. That's the first 2 regiments in. Jeff Bastard is a tremendous pirate name. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't. I just wondered where it had come from. All right. So we start off with Sartosa and Aranessa's flagship. We've got a few more regiments. We've got some Sartosa Free Company. We've got another unit of deck gunners with no name. Some zombie pirate gunnery mobs that basically look to throw grenades, I think. And some scurvy dogs. Down here we've got one of our hero classes, P.T. Elsum, who of course is available to be sponsored by Wolfpack members, and they can rename him. He is a gunnery white. And he needs his friends because it's lonely at sea, of course. Right. I'm going to start off. I'm going to try and build some stuff in Sartosa here. How are we looking financially? Yeah, we're making 1,400 a turn. That allows us to recruit zombie pirate deckhands. That gives us polearms and scurvy dogs. We'll get a deckhands boneyard. Finding the right kind of crew, not too green but still hungry for war and lucre, doesn't have to be a difficult matter. So we'll go. Oh yeah, I forgot this is not 3 kingdoms. We can upgrade multiple buildings at once. We're definitely going to get the resource, the Thorny Orchard. When a vampire drinks an aged red from a wine glass, chances are it hasn't been made from grapes. I love the writing in this, it's so satirical. We'll get Peg Street Pawn Shop, landmark building. All manner of questionable items eventually end up here. Buyers beware, however, as pickpockets relieve customers of their valuables almost immediately. Need to see the unit in combat before I can commit to anyone. That's fair, son. Yeah, there's nothing else we can build there. Alright, let's take a quick look at our borders. We are this yellow one. There's a yellow up there, that's the border princes. So yeah, for anybody who's familiar with the Warhammer map, there is Ulthuan where the High Elves live, Lustria down there where the Lizard Men live, the deserts of Araby where the Tomb Kings live, the Empire is up here, the Dwarves tend to be in these mountains here, this is the World Edge Mountains, the Greenskins are kind of down here in the Badlands, the Empire there, I've said that, Norsca's up there, Dark Elves up there, Chaos up in that top corner. And there are other Vampire Coast Lords as well. Let's take a quick look at our diplomacy.
Relations with foreign powers may be managed through diplomacy, my lord.
Shut up. We are at war with Tilea, who I'm probably going to default to calling Tylea again, and Bordello, which is one of the Bretonnian kingdoms. Bretonia's over there. So, only at war with Tilea. Down here. Let's have a look at the garrison in Lucini. They've only got 5 units, so they're a pretty ripe target. Oh, it's that. Gunnery sounds good to you though? What, the gunnery white's on? P.E. Elsom? We are also getting lands on the other side of the World's Edge Mountains. Yes, at some point we will, and the latest update actually like made this kind of area playable, I think, which previously wasn't. Some blue trident Frenchies. Sartosa's pretty mean looking. We do also require vampiric corruption for our armies, but I think we're going to move Aranessa towards Lucini. I have a feeling we might be able to attack it in one move, to be fair. Why is there... what's this? A treasure map. Riddle of the Map Maker. To the north of the Pirates' Isle lies a bejeweled city whose wonder has the power to enchant and beguile.
Cursed trinkets, Admiral,
oh dear,
that have twisted and altered the minds of those that first claimed them. Now the servants of others, these puppets will be yours to command, should you claim the piece of 8 which corrupted them.
Right. He is getting turned down. No. Go away. There we go. Right. Alright. How far can we get PT? I think we could put him into Aranessa's army before we had her attack, so let's move her over here. And then we will grab P.E. Elsom and have him come and do some training with Aranessa's army, which also will put him in the army so that he can be used in battle. And then can we... what was that riddle? I think it was telling us where to find a treasure map, because that's something that the Vampire Coast can do. We've got a research thing available here. What do we reckon, guys? Do we want to focus on command, firepower, salvage, or legendary legendary admirals for our first research? This makes everybody immune to storm and reef attrition. That gives us leadership for our zombie pirates, missile damage for gunnery mobs, or replenishment for zombie units. Command, says Imatech. Firepower, of course, says Wonk. Reinforcements has arrived. That wasn't supposed to come out as funny as it did, but that's tickled me. Reinforcements have arrived. Would be neat if they added the dueling feature from Three Kingdoms into this game. Yeah, I said that a couple of streams ago. Somebody asked me what would I like to see in the next Total War from the most recent games, and I'd like to see dueling from 3K make its way into Warhammer. I think we're tied here, command and firepower. Personally think of the two of those, firepower is going to be a bit more useful. So we'll get gunnery crews. Battles at sea are tense, nerve-wracking and bloody. Obey orders, and quickly, if you want to survive.
Back on the ocean. Scales and
let's see if we can attack.
Get them! Get to my
We
hook!
can! We would easily win this if we auto-resolved, but you know what? First day of the new Warhammer stream, let's fight the battle. Let's have a quick look at the map.
His daughter answers.
Or not. Okay, generic field battle.
Salt and blood. We fight!
Want to see the units? These poor men under Tito race. Gunnery White. El Generico Field Battle. Indeed. It's actually not that generic, really, because Warhammer maps are a lot... But this actually looks like it might be like a swampy one with a hill on either side. Warhammer maps are a lot easier to understand. Here it is quite a swampy one. I mean, we shouldn't lose anyway. But we will start from up here, because that makes the most sense to me. I think our Sartosa Free Companies are going to have to form the front line. We'll put Jeff Bastard and friends and the other deck gunners behind them. The zombies with the bombs. Ooh, okay. Scurvy dogs. Not 100% sure what they're best at. Oh, they have Vanguard deployment though. This might be a really bad place to put these, but we're going to put them up here and have them come sprinting down once the fight starts. Mr. Crab's children. We will put them towards the rear. In fact, no, we'll put them on the left flank. Pete Yelsom. We will put him with the deck gunners, and Aranessa will stand in front of the Sartosa Free Company. Away we go. I am using a couple of mods. I don't have a comprehensive list of them, but obviously the banners one is one of them. I am also using one called Brutal Battles, which puts the units closer together. I'm also using one that resizes the units to be more accurately lore correct. So people like Aranessa, the legendary lords, were like much taller than other infantry. Hopefully you'll be able to tell. She's more or less the same size as the other men. There's Mr. Krabs' children, the rotting Prometheans. Imhotep's regiment. And Jeff Bastard and friends are these guys lumbering along with the deck guns here. Probably should get the scurvy dogs on the way, because otherwise they're going to struggle. get into position. We need to shoot things. Not 100%. Oh, yeah, no, they will shoot.
Show us the foe! Awaiting orders!
Excellent.
Guards, yes!
I am not 100% sure if that's the deck gunners or the guys with the bombs that are doing that, but certainly one of them.
Manan's fury! All set!
Ready for war!
I think we're about to win. Yep, they've all retreated.
Aranessa!
Free company!
Go on. Go after them.
What do you bid? Understood!
And the scurvy dogs are into their quarry. I mean, yeah, there is such a thing as friendly fire, but also they're all zombies, so who cares? Mr. Krabs' children seem to have gotten bored. They're going to go and try catch them. Scurvy dogs have wiped that unit out. Let's get the other one. Not that we actually need to run them down. In fact, I just realised they were settlement garrison, so as soon as we end, they're dead anyway. So I guess we'll end now. We're undead. We can just raise them back up next turn. Exactly. Just sew the legs back on. They'll be fine. Oh, that's not entirely true. The Sartosa Free Company are actually humans, but... First victory for Aranessa Saltspite and the Pirates of Sartosa. There's some pretty cool units in the Vampire Coast roster. There's a lot of cool units in Total War Warhammer, to be fair. That's definitely a selling point that no other Total War has. The unit rosters are just incredible. How many regiments, Imhotep? What do you mean? Are you asking how many regiments can one person sponsor? Or name? Because it's one. Otherwise, what's to stop you naming just everybody? We've gained a war banner. Nice. Right, what do we want to do with Lucchini? We can occupy it.
Then hold it!
We can sack it, which would leave it in the enemy's hands, but we would gain some plunder.
Sack it!
We can raise it, burn it down into ruins,
I want it burned!
or we can establish a pirate cove.
I claim for the Sea Father.
You do not capture the settlement, but instead
We're
establish
here
a
now.
pirate cove inside it. From there you can conduct business and leech off the
I
occupier
claim it for the Sea
without them
Father.
being aware of your presence. It's like a secret
We're here now.
secret settlement. Blank saying Pirate Cove, Imhotep saying sack it. I'm tempted to Pirate Cove it as well. I'm thinking Pirate Cove. Does give us some money and some replenishment.
I claim it for the Sea Father.
Son's saying Pirate Cove as well. Let's do Pirate Cove.
The true pirate of the great ocean.
And now we've got a war banner to assign to somebody in
Another
Aranessa's
victory.
army. If I can remember how to assign a banner.
Aranessa Saltspite.
How does one banner? I think it might be in... Right clicking doesn't open the unit panels like it did on 3K. That's going to happen a lot. Alright, Aranessa's leveled up anyway, so I'm gonna pick Aranessa's levels because she's an NPC. But for the subs, for the Wolfpack members, if you sponsor a general or a hero, same thing happens with them when they level up, and you'll be able to choose your sponsored character's skills. I think for Aranessa, I am going to give her Route Marcher. Those who know the land and its secrets will travel faster and further than the foes who don't. P.E. Elsum has actually
on the ship this night.
leveled up as well, and I'm right clicking still. Muppet. Are there any rules for words used on names for regiments besides too silly, of course? Nothing too offensive. I don't mind, like, I mean, hell, we've got one called Jeff Bastard and Friends already. So if it's something minor, like, you know, just for a bit of flavour for the pirate things, then yeah, go for it. If it's something really harsh, probably not. And definitely nothing derogatory or offensive. I would assume nothing racist. Yeah, no, definitely nothing racist. Nothing homophobic or anything like that either.
I have not.
Unless one of the Wolfpack wants to claim P.T. Elsum, I'm going to level him up. I'll sponsor that gunnery dude. Son is going to sponsor P.T. Elsum. Son, are you wanting to keep him called P.T. Elsum, or are you wanting to rename him? I'll name him my screen name fits a rotten pirate. It actually does. Do you want it like abbreviated, or do you want it like written out as like Sergeant? I'll do
Oh, praise the sea
I'll do the other bit
Father.
the same because it's slightly less offensive. Spell it however you want. All right. We now have Sergeant Syphilis in the army. Stop right clicking, it doesn't work. And Son, you get to choose your first level up for the sergeant. So you've got Cackle Fruit, which is it's like an explosion thing, I think, like a magic missile within 70 meters. You've got Always Ready, which gives you more speed and ammo. And then these help him with his like jobs that he can do around the map. Are you allowed to name a regiment and sponsor a general, Blank? Yes. Because just because you're a sub doesn't mean you can't have a regiment as well. That's a follower thing. So yeah, you can have one regiment and a sponsored officer if you're a Wolfpack member. Cackle Fruit. Very well. Cackle Fruit it is. We've encountered the Broken Nose faction. Think they're up this way. We won a decisive victory. How do I...
Ready the sword.
How does do? Okay, I might have to do it on the on the battle screen, I think.
We return to
Either way,
Sartosa as
commandment
legends.
available for Sartosa. Bat swarms. Even more powder. Share the spoils. Or dredge the sea. I think we're going to dredge the sea. Gives us 10% less recruitment cost for local zombie units. Gives us plus 15 growth in the settlement. And increases the local recruitment capacity. So we'll grab that. Because it's turn 1 of a new campaign, I'm going to pop a save. La 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 la. Resume and move on to turn 2. Can I name the hounds the Saratosa's Hellhounds? Sartosa Hellhounds? Of course you can, Mike. I'll do that on turn 2. This used to take absolutely ages. CA have actually sped it up. It does go faster. And I could make it go faster still, but I like to be able to see things that are relevant. Alright. Let's go in here. I'm going to rename the scurvy dogs. Stop right-clicking on them, Tom. That doesn't do anything.
This is working
The
out.
Sartosa Hellhounds. Done. Right, and I'm just going to update my sheet to say that Son is sponsoring someone, and Mike has named a regiment. Excellent. Your PC not being as garbage helps. Probably does.
A pirate queen needs a throne.
We could potentially have Sergeant Syphilis try to attack this enemy hero, but I don't know how well it'll go. He's only got a 31% chance, so guess we won't do that.
Aranessa, Saltspite.
Let's run back down to Sartosa
More moving.
after our successful raid in Lucini. You can also rename towns and stuff in this, which I'm not opposed to people suggesting renamed towns, but I don't want to rename everything just because. But we can do that. Ship upgrade available.
Sartosa's most infamous.
Ooh. We can upgrade Aranessa's general cabin. When your boat's not that big, each space must have several different functions. To an officer's cabin. Here decisions are made, booty is split, meals are ravenously consumed, and tired freebooters rest their weary pegs. Yeah, why not? We'll upgrade the ship. And we can probably... Ooh, that might not be a bad idea. Extra movement range again. A top gallant royal, mainsail. If the wind is favourable and light, flying the royal sail will tend to keep you on time. Let's grab that as well. Boff! Turn 3. Beastmen burning stuff up. Leonardo Catraza is on his way towards us. It looks like he's sending Refugio Amaro down here to be annoying. Excellent. Aranessa's flagship has its 2 upgrades. we've got 9 units, he's
By
got
signal,
10.
No.
We might want to recruit some more people. This raise the dead option is a Vampire Coast thing. It's not like recruiting units takes time. Raising the dead, instant. But it's based on how many battles have been fought in a province. Sartosa to War Dog's encampment. Tempting, but I'm going to say no. Because it's Aranessa's encampment, not mine. It's her city.
There's treasure. I can smell
Can we
it.
get rid of him? Still a 31% chance. But I'm going to try. Sergeant Syphilis got rid of Refugio Amaro. Successfully wounded him. Which has leveled him up. So we'll put him back into Aranessa's army. Well, I guess we won't this turn because he can't get there. In which case, we shall
We're shipshape.
move Aranessa
new
into
hideout.
Sartosa. And Son... Oh, Jesus, stop right-clicking. 3 kingdoms. You have another level up skill point. This time you've unlocked Enchanted Ballistics as well. Powder Keg. Dead Eyes. And Shark Bait. Enchanted Ballistics is a boost to accuracy and reload skill for you and people around you. Powder Keg lowers the cooldown to something called More Powder. Not sure what that is. Might be a skill that you just have by default. Passive ability of Dead Eyes is more AP missile damage and more missile damage for yourself and people 30 meters around you, and Shark Bait is more defense and hit points. And you've got the others as well, so you can improve how much experience he gives the army when he's training with them. These are all different actions he can take. That's like your city action, that's what you've just did to the dude. Refugio, you can make that stronger. You can block armies and slow their movement. You can boost income in friendly settlements. And this just increases your chances of doing any of these. Is your internet just bad or not? Why would you think your internet was bad? Any idea which skill we're going to take for Sergeant Syphilis on? Such a great name for a gunnery white. I think Son might have disappeared, so we'll carry on until he comes back. I know about that. Leonardo Catraza is mustering in Lucchini, so he's going to be trying to get some more troops. We've researched gunnery crews. And we've constructed Peg Street Pawn Shop in Sartosa as well.
Praise Manon!
Praise Manon! We can't get a regiment of renown just yet. But we can do a bit more recruiting. We've presently got... Well, in local we've got these guys. So we've got 5 units of melee at the front. We've got a support unit there, beast unit there, explosive infantry, a couple of deck gunners. Let's go ahead and grab a unit of Sartosa militia. In fact, we'll grab 2, we'll put 1 on each flank. And we should probably get some deckhands with pole arms in case we get any large units coming at us. You did miss something, Son. You leveled up. Sergeant Syphilis leveled up after wounding the hero from Tilea. So you got the same options as before. Training, boost income, steel tech, wound, block army, overall specialist boost. Always ready. You've now got enchanted ballistics, which is a accuracy and reload buff to you and people around you. Powder keg, which does something to a thing called more powder. I think that's an ability you have anyway. Dead eyes, which improves AP damage and missile damage for you and people 30 meters around you. Or shark bait, which increases your defense and hit points. Ballistics, enchanted ballistics. Assuming you get it right and your shot doesn't turn to flowers on impact, these little extras tend to bring advantage. Think Leonardo is Tilea's leader? He might be. Now we can put Sergeant Syphilis back into Aranessa's army. We've got new research available, so we've now unlocked all of the firepower stuff to be researched. We've still got the entry ones for the rest of it. Missile damage for mortars, carronades, deck gunners and Queen Bess. Upkeep less for artillery pieces. Tempted to get maintained cannons just to make those deck gunners 10% stronger. That's right, lad. Get that sponge right down inside. We want to blow the enemy to kingdom come, not ourselves. Let's grab that one. And we will proceed. Clan Scryer grabbing territory there. Pop surplus in Sartosa, that's nice. Still need an extra one to level it up. And we've recruited our 4 new units. He's got 11. We've got 16. Gotta get off now, Dad's watching football. No worries, Imotech. See you soon, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. We can also actually look at Lucini's... Yeah, we haven't built anything in Lucini's Pirate Cove yet. We can't afford to right now, but... this is the infamy list. We're currently at the bottom. Shall we go in a... Oh, actually, wait a minute. He's got 11, but what's the garrison like? 6. So that gives him 17. Which is 1 more than we've got. Aha. Kick him in.
Aranessa, Saltspite.
I think we'll definitely push onto his land. We can't raid.
Around here.
Alright, we'll wait here for a turn and see if he comes to fight. Fact. he
Not
got?
likely.
Sartosa's most infamous! Ship and crew are ready.
Ours is better. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it is. Let's go and attack again.
They shall pay! Get them!
Ooh, right, now we can assign +5 leadership to one unit by giving them this war banner. I think... Who should we give it to? Tempted to give it to Mr. Crab's children. Just to give them a bit of a boost. It's probably them or Jeff Bastard and friends. Pin the flag to the crabs. Let's do it. There we go. The crabs have got the flag. What's our battlefield look like? Same one as before. Not a surprise we're attacking the
Salt
same
and
settlement.
blood. We fight!
Go! Leonardo Catraza. Take the high ground and wait for them. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Get some more shots off. I mean, just because we're going to have to reform anyway, I'm just going to deploy, start battle, and then pause. Now, this doesn't really work in Three Kingdoms, but if I remember rightly, in Warhammer, if you order them in a specific order, and then try dragging them out, they should line up in this order. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we will see. I'm actually going to send the Sartosa militia down the hill further. So I'm going to have them engage, try and slow them down a little bit. Put the guys with the bombs to the flank. We will move the Sartosa Hellhounds down to the left flank. And we'll move Mr. Krabs' children over to the right flank. Right, you guys are going to run. Let's go! Here goes the Sartosa militia off down the hill to hold up the Chilean forces. They've got some pistoliers.
Finding targets. Militia! We are ready! Militia! Waiting orders! Fight!
They definitely didn't line up in the order that I wanted them to.
Always through! Powder wet! Free company militia! Above deck!
Did Jeff and his mates die yet, Wonk? No, they're up on the hill blasting away. Different battle.
Militia!
There you go, gonna get wrecked.
Detect quickly! More put! Our weapons are yours! Take the ground! Show us the foe! Heading! Yes, sir! Quickly!
Find me plunder!
Militia! Move! Take position! Soon on way! Militia! Heading in formation!
Well, the scurvy dogs are chasing off 2 units of pistoliers. That's a pretty damn good trade. Good job, Sartosa Hellhounds.
Gunnery mob! Lurch!
Saltspite!
Gunnery mob!
Got rid of them. Go get rid of them.
Free company! Our weapons are yours! Should go! No lingering!
Good shout, Sean.
Free company! Now! Move it! No lingering!
They're running away, so you can get somebody else.
Militia! It's moving! Charge!
They are starting to fall apart.
Powder wet!
Aranessa! Kill him, lads!
Excellent. Top job, Pirates of Sartosa. Blast away, you sexy rock fiends. Jesus. They're still shooting at things. Jeff Bastard and friends have killed 104 enemies in this fight. The Hellhounds have killed 122. Ooh, the other unit of deck gunners has actually gained 3 levels of veterancy at some point. That's interesting. Sergeant Syphilis has killed 3. Mr. Crab's children killed 96. Just have a look at these boys going to work. Magnificent. And then Sergeant Syphilis himself commanding the deck gunners. There he is. Spooky little musket man as he is. Excellent. Well, we don't need to chase them all down, so we'll just end the battle. Sergeant too busy commanding the firing line to shoot himself. That makes sense. The Sartosa Hellhounds did some work there, Mike. They chased off 2 units of Pistolia Cav. Jeff Bastard and friends looking like they got 121 kills by the end. The Pyrrhic victory message on Total War Warhammer 2 is so harsh. What was it? I didn't even see it. We probably don't want to raise it because we have a pirate cove here. And I'm not entirely sure we really want to occupy it either. So I'm thinking we just sack this and leave with all of our loot.
We're here now.
Do you even deserve to call it a victory?
Sack it, then hold it. Take. Come on.
Loot 'em! Sergeant Syphilis has
Sack it.
spoken.
Blessing from the sea,
Ooh, we
Father.
gained a follower. Sergeant Syphilis gained a follower. A Sartosan Maprite. Someone with lifelong intimate knowledge of the seas and coasts and a little artistic flair can prove most useful.
All praise
Excellent.
the sea, Father.
Aranessa's gained a spell shield. This shield is branded with wards of arcane protection and it has had many owners in its storied past. And both of them have leveled up, so we'll do Aranessa first. You know what? We'll do Binded to Service. They could not break free even if they wanted to. And then Sergeant Syphilis.
Neither bad.
Still got all the same options as before. Mike said occupy Lucchini, but I think the piratey thing to do was to steal all of their gold. Plus we've got a pirate cove there, which we paid for, so occupying it would be wasting that money. What do we reckon for the next level up, son? What level do you need to be? At rank 20 you can make Sergeant Syphilis immortal. Which means if he's even killed in battle, he'll still just come back. Let me see Shark Bait. It's melee defense and extra hit points. Powder Keg. Are you picking Powder Keg or did you just want to see it? Go for training. Okie doke. This champion extols discipline and fear away from the battlefield as much as on it. Nice.
Another victory.
I am also using another mod, guys, which if it's working properly means that units that gain rank, they also get like they get benefits to their melee stats and their leadership. It doesn't normally affect missile damage very much, so if you're a missile unit, it doesn't make your missiles better. Which I'm fine with, because essentially what it's saying is these people are veterans, they would stand longer and they would fight better. And that makes sense to me. Like, a bullet is a bullet, it doesn't get more experienced. And we'll withdraw back that way. Seen that. Seen that. haven't seen that. Turn 5. I'm going to do a save every 5 turns, just because it's, well, it's the same as Three Kingdoms. We save every spring, and that's every 5 turns, so... Drill Sergeant Syphilis. You actually want to rename him as that? Or?
My anger rises like the tide.
Oh, hello.
Don't test it.
What do you want? Tilea are offering peace, and they will pay us 1,800 gold to get it. Obviously, we've scared them. Oh, son. What do we think to peace with Tilea, guys? Sure. Take the cash. Then kick them in. So Son reckons we take the deal and then betray it. Mike says he'd take it as well. That's seeming like it's overwhelmingly in favour of taking it. We're pirates, of course we take it. Done.
Sartosa's most
And we
infamous.
will return to
You
Sartosa
hide
for a bit of replenishment.
Pirate's life.
Level for that. Okay, that all costs stuff. Alright. Well, I guess we'll take a couple of turns to recuperate before our next raid. Need to work towards I, probably. Ooh, Black Buckthorn. Not gonna name anything but an arty unit. Ooh, Fleshy Fortune. Ahoy there! We've come across an enemy encampment devoid of life and littered with corpses. Half-devoured bodies are scattered about the clearing. The fallen dead were elite riflemen. Surely one among them will be of use to us. Or perhaps we should seek out the creature that caused this massacre. Interesting. So we basically get a free hero here. We can either get a second gunnery wight, or we can get a Mongol Haunter. What do we think, guys? And Wolfpack members, remember that you can actually sponsor whichever hero we get here. Mike's saying get the Haunter. Hunter, Hunter! I got my officer, so blank. Fair enough. Guess we'll get the Mongol Haunter then. Which is currently called Wee Pete Worsley, which is a terrible name for a Haunter, I think. But, can we see the Mongol Haunter? We can, but it's a little bit harder to see. That's what they look like. It's not quite that big in the battlefield, but they're pretty terrifying. It's basically like half a spirit body with really long arms and a disembodied jaw. They're horrific. So, Wolfpack members, you can of course sponsor and rename this horrific being. Mike, yes you can. You've not sponsored anybody yet. Would you like to rename it, or would you like it to continue to be Wee Pete Worsley? I don't have a name yet. That's fine, you can rename him whenever you wish. but I'll mark him down as your sponsor. There we go. And what does he do if we put him in there? He does scavenge. Increases the income of post-battle loot earned by the parent army by 15%. Or we could send him out into the world to do stuff. We can also have them dig for treasure. Which, by the way, that riddle that we read a while ago. To the north of the Pirates' Isle lies a bejeweled cities whose wonder has the power to enchant and beguile. That gives you a clue. And then you're supposed to send like a hero unit to wherever you think it is. Dig for treasure, and then it will give you like the treasure or another clue. I think Miragliano is what that riddle's referring to. So, Mike, how would you feel about horribly named Wee Pete Worsley creeping his way up the coast to go and find treasure? Sarah loves Wee Pete, apparently. That disturbs me greatly. Let's send him treasure hunting. Alright. We're gonna send Wee Pete. Lumbering away along the coast, being a creepy, horrific being. And we're gonna end the turn. He's such a handsome fella.
Wish to join us on
He's
this
really
voyage?
not. Ikit Claw from Clan Scryer wants to do a trade with us. He also wants us to pay him 100 gold for it, but we would make substantially more money than he would. He'd make 59 gold a turn, we'd make 379, which means even on the first turn we're still making a profit. We're just making a fourth less than we are the rest of the time. What do we reckon to trading with the Skaven? Skaven make good, reliable partner allies. I don't think you do. You can get bent, no handouts. It's not a handout, it's trading. Sons opposed. Sergeant Syphilis. Is anybody else think it's a good idea? It's a handout, freshwater pirate. Ooh. Anyone else? I'm thinking we might take it anyway, because it's trade, man. Although I suppose we could remove that. Son, if we removed the money bit involved and just did a square trading, like trade deal, would you be more? I'd do it for no payment, says Mike. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Son says yeah. Right, we'll offer that. And he accepted. So maybe it was a good call there, Son, in refusing to give them the money. Ooh, enemy hero going for Wee Pete. Dwarf pirates. What level is he? Level 1. Can you get rid of him? You've got a 35% chance of Wee Pete assassinating him. 65% chance that you would fail, with a 5% chance that Wee Pete would be wounded instead. What do you reckon, Mike? Do you want to go for Refugio Amaro, or are you just going to keep running towards Miragliano for the treasure? What happens when an Empire captain assails a Mongol haunter? Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing. Go for it. Success! You wounded him, you didn't kill him, but still. That's pretty good. And we Pete gained a rank. So, this horrible, horrible being now has some options. Your campaign map actions. Specialist, by the way, for anybody who sponsors a hero, this is the same for all of them. It basically just means their actions cost less and they have a slight increase to the chance of success. And then the rest of them are dependent on what they are. So scavenge is like when you're assisting an army. This is the constant local effect. This is if you target an enemy settlement, like with your action. That's if you target an enemy hero, and that is targeting an enemy army. And then you've got these up here, so that's a ward save 5%, that's defense and frostbite attacks, bonus versus infantry, hit points, reduced enemy magic and weapon strength, and that is increasing our winds of magic and physical resistance. Let's go for corruption spread. Nice. So, Wee Pete is spreading corruption. He can't move now because he did the thing.
Find treasure!
Find treasure! I mean, technically speaking, we are at peace with... Oh, god damn it. I want to see what Gunnery Whites do. What's their constant presence? Boosts income, so it's a positive one for us. We probably want to keep Sergeant Syphilis in the army doing the training then. Well, proceed forward. There's Ikit. The Skaven probably have Tabaro. When Skaven occupy settlements, they still appear as ruins, just for anyone who doesn't know. Until you get there and go, oh, it's full of rats. Right. Wee Pete, still on his way. Wait a minute. Does digging for treasure cost movement? Doesn't look like it. So I think if we bring him up here... God, he's horrific. We should be able to... Okay, that apparently failed. Okay, let's check the riddle again. To the north of the Pirates' Isle lies a bejeweled city whose wonder has the power to enchant and beguile. I think this circle's supposed to give us a clue as to what rough area it's in. And I would say the Pirates' Isle is Sartosa. Unless it's in Lucini, which would be odd, but I suppose it's possible. Find out next turn. Leave him alone! I can't leave him alone. Have you seen him? And his name's terrible. Booga Legbiter. I love green skin names. Stiagos Empire has been destroyed. Norscan pirates under Mad Mullitson. They've been destroyed. We've got our maintained cannons. And a mystery pirate. One of your cronies has sent an intriguing message, Captain. It seems there be a mysterious pirate shadowing our movements, passing through the taverns along the coast and asking suspicious questions in no friendly terms. We'd best stay vigilant. I suppose we best. Right. Are you somehow... No, you are in Miragliano. Where's the border for Lucchini then? Let's try Lucchini. Maybe that's what it was. Here he comes, lumbering down the coast road. This hero cannot currently dig for treasure. Oh, okay. We've got a new research available. We have our maintained cannons. Upkeep lowered. Missile damage. We don't have any of those. Might not be a terrible idea to grab salvage crews, to be honest, and get some extra replenishment for the zombies. Death is no escape. And we're on turn 10. So let's pop that third save. And just for anybody wondering why I have 3 saves, Total War games can sometimes encounter bugs and glitches, and I have found that with most of them, if it's not mod related, if it's game script related, it will reoccur if the settings are all the same, because the coding basically runs the same. But if you've got saves that go back 10-15 turns, which if you've got 3 saves every 5 turns you will have, then you can go back 5 turns, 10 turns, 15 turns and do roughly the same as you did before, but the scripting won't be exactly the same, so often the bug doesn't happen, and then you can proceed on. Can he dig for treasure? Yes, and we found it, so it was Lucchini. Find the hidden treasure. Yes, we have. A great hoard of treasure may be received. Hoard uncovered. The deckhands were digging all through the night till their rusty spades clanked against an old chest buried in the dirt. The treasure has been found. 2,000 gold and 150 infamy. Thank you very much, Scary Pete. And we've unlocked a rite, Curse of the Sea Mist. It is said that when the dead come from the sea to stalk the land, they are shrouded in fell mist, a thick evil fog which gathers around the admiral commanding them. Oh, new mission issued. The Riddles of Ranald. It is not the X that marks the spot, but the scrolls etched by ancients long thought lost. That's not helpful at all. Peace. War between Bloodaxe and Knights of Origo. The rite we just unlocked is the Curse of the Sea Mist. All regions belonging to you will be covered by cursed mist, causing attrition to any foreign armies. Attribute Vanguard deployment for Fellbats, Deck Droppers, Death Shriek, Terrorgeist, Animated Hulks, Bloated Corpse, Rotting Prometheans, Sirens, Rotting Leviathans and Necrofex Colossus units, and immune to cursed mist attrition for all of our armies. So it's a really good defensive one then, if you're being encroached upon. Queen Bess! Someone's just screaming Queen Bess.
Plunder!
Alright. We get population surplus in 1 turn. Where is this roughly? Okay, so the next treasure is supposedly somewhere over in Lustria. Let's name him Pete the Treasure Hunter. Okay. We'll name him Pete the Treasure Hunter, if that's what you want. We might be able to do it this way. No, we can't. So we will say get rid of all that. Haha, still win. Pete the handsome treasure hunter. Thankfully that won't all fit. I love that we've basically employed like a flipping a horror spirit that only has half a body, super long arms and a ridiculously scary mouth, and we're using him like he's a fucking bloodhound. Go find the treasure, boy! Go find the treasure! Where is it? Where is it? He's like, I just want to eat souls! Stop making me find all the gold! Amanar attacks Lucini. Amanar stirs! A coastal region has suffered widespread damage after the beast rose from the deeps and left a devastating trail of destruction. Guess it sucks to be in Lucini then. We can actually afford to put a building in here. And I feel like... No, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I kinda want to see what the thing is. God damn it. Alright, so we've got 4 options. We've got Pirate's Rest. We've got the Corrupted Tavern. We've got the Picaroon's Hideout. Or the Smuggler's Cove. Which one do we want to build in here? Smuggler's Cove generates infamy per turn, income, increases trade income, and makes research a bit faster. Picaroon's Hideout, infamy per turn. Okay, so these 2 options are both 10 infamy per turn. These 2 options are both 20. The Picaroon's Hideout is also... We gain half of the local settlement's income. The Corrupted Tavern is basically spreading vampiric corruption in this province and neighbouring ones. And the Pirate's Rest is recruit rank for new lords, 1 more hero capacity for Gunnery Whites and Mongol Haunters, so you can have 1 extra of each of them in your faction. Smuggler's Cove, Smuggler's Cove. Looks like it's going to be a Smuggler's Cove. Right. Pete the Treasure Hunter. Mike, are we going to send Pete all the way across the ocean to Lustria to go and sniff out the new treasure that we've got the clue for? Is that where he's going, or is he staying over here? It's a long way to Tipperary. Look at it, for God's sake. It's ridiculous. Horrible beast.
My ship.
We've actually got a lot of cash. Ooh, we can start recruiting zombie pirate gunnery mobs. Or at least we can raise them as from raising the dead. I think we'll get one of them. And you know what? Let's recruit 3 bloated corpses. They basically explode. Yes! Go get that treasure! Alright. Here he goes. Pete the Treasure Hunter. I feel like he probably feels like he's been frigging cursed. Like he's come out as some kind of terrifying spirit And Aranessa Saltspite's using
I
him
will
as a
parley with
bloodhound.
you, but if I don't like what I hear, you'll be on your way to Stromfair's lair.
Bordello wants peace. They are way up in Bretonia, but they're not offering anything for it. What do we think? I want to name one bloated corpse. His name is Fat Barry. Okay. We'll do that then as soon as we've done this. Fat Barry. I don't even know if like they respawn once, because they basically explode and die. And I don't know, I can't remember if they get if they reappear or whether that's it. So Fat Barry might have a very short lifespan, we'll see. Make him pay for it? Yeah, I feel like we'll decline. Doesn't seem very piratey to let him off the hook for nothing. They just die, but that's fine. Okay. Fat Barry. Refugio Amaro's back. What are you doing? Salvage crews have been researched. Sartosa has a population surplus, which means we can upgrade the pirate shanty town to a pirate holdout. When they come for you, be ready. Done. We've also completed our Smuggler's Cove at Lucini, which cannot be upgraded, so it's a one-time option. Sergeant Syphilis has gained another rank, son, because he is actually gaining experience from training the army.
Middling.
What would you like now? Apparently you've also additionally unlocked Lucky Charm, which gives you 15% missile resistance, as well as the other stuff that you had. +1 to training. Okie doke. Level 2 in training. And would you like to have a pop at wounding Refugio Amaro? Let me know while we send poor cursed Petey off to go and find treasure. Apparently the fastest way is to just go around the coast. Seems odd to me, but fine. Knife hand him.
The Queen of Tides!
The Queen of Tides! Nothing seemed to happen.
For Sartosa!
What did you do? Did you do anything?
No, master.
He's... Oh, I don't think you can move. Oh no, you can. Ah, there we go. You got rid of him. I don't think you can do it out of an army, that's what it was. You've got to actually move out of the army and then do it. Yeah, because now you can't go back in the army this turn. Okay, that makes sense. Salvaged crews we've gained. Oh, we can lower the raised dead cost, which would be quite handy with efficient necromancy. Knowing the shortcuts and how best to deploy them saves time when it really counts. We're going to get that one. Knife hand, what? Which one? Oh yeah, I need to do Fat Barry. I'll name Fat Barry after this. Actually bring Pete back, we'll go after enemy heroes. Okie doke. We'll turn Pete around then.
The The true pirate of the great ocean.
Our rank has increased. We are now 12th. We've passed Luther Harkon, Silostra Diafan, and Carlil Lothreef, whoever that is. So Petey Boy is going to come back.
Fear the
And
pirate queen.
Aranessa has leveled up. Let's put the sergeant back in the army. We are going to get binded to service level 2 as well, because it makes the most sense. Right, we need to try and figure out who we want to attack next. We need a target. I mean, we could just go and attack Tilea again.
The nation calls.
Sarah, Fat Barry, right, yes.
Aranessa, Saltspite.
There you go. Fat Barry. Fat Barry exists. If we declare war on Tilea,
The Empire.
You come bearing arms. Is it war?
alright, we might as well wait one more turn then, and then it's not considered an act of treachery. I know we're pirates and we don't care, but for the sake of one turn, we might as well just not upset the rest of the planet. Obese Harry and Thick Larry. You know what? Because they're bloated corpses, we'll do it. Like, I'm not going to count it as people naming a regiment because they literally disappear when you use them. What the fuck are you doing? We'll do Fat Barry, Obese Harry and Thick Larry. That'll be our bloated corpses. Oh, hello. Supplies adrift. The sight of wrecked ships is nothing new for a seasoned pirate. But this particular one heralds... Oh, we're doing it in that voice, are we? This particular one heralds a welcome surprise. Packed to the keel with brand new weapons, armour and gunpowder. This ship's cargo hold is several times the size of our own. However, some supplies will have to be left behind. What should we loot from the ship? Do we loot, reinforce the front line, so basically melee attack and armor, or do we reinforce the gun line, range and reload time reduction? Gun line! Screams the gunnery right. Shock. Fill 'em with lead! Right, is there an enemy hero loitering around anywhere? Doesn't particularly look like it, but Pete the treasure hunter could potentially try and... Well, that's not going to do anything, is it? What can you do with the city? Could try and damage a building, although that's ultimately going to all damage us because it lowers our income.
Ready the swordfish.
Raise Sigma.
He's got 14 units and he's taking attrition.
Crew, to me!
I feel like... Oh, hold up. No. There we go. I feel like we just let him stand there and die, because he's apparently stupid enough to do that. Mike, what would you like Pete the treasure hunter to do? I can't see an enemy hero for him to target right now. But don't forget you can interact with enemy armies, enemy settlements. He also just by being in the enemy province, he spreads corruption. And you can actually see vampiric corruption on the map, by the way. The reason that this looks creepy and decrepit is because it's 100% corrupt. But you can see it in Lucini beginning to spread. Can Pete reach the main army? And is there room for him? There's no room. We've got 20 out of 20 units in there. Unfortunately. That's not what I wanted. It takes population surplus to recruit player generals as well. So we can't afford to do that just yet. Go away. Let him go to the cap and start spreading corruption. The cap as in Miragliano, the capital of Tilea. Does actually look like there is some corruption in there anyway. Or there was. There's now not. It's decreasing. Probably from him being there when he was last there. Yes, okay. I'm going to put him on land and take him that way just because it means he will put a bit of extra corruption on here on his way up. And that'll be the end of that turn. And see what Tilea wants to do. I think Tilea wants to fight us, but they're not doing a very good job of sorting it out. Okay. What, were you just coming to say hi or something? Didn't he pay us 2k for peace? He paid 1800 gold, yeah.
I'm no mermaid.
Oh, shock to nobody. Sergeant Syphilis has leveled up.
Adequate.
Son, what would you like this time? You can't do level 3 training yet. That's locked until you reach rank 10. Master Senior drill. Oh, fuck's sake. Yes, unfortunately, you need to be rank 10 before you can get the 3rd level of training. Dead Eyes. That one gives you a passive ability which for you and people 30 meters around you gives 10% increase to AP missile damage and standard missile damage. Gun line! I assume that means yes. And actually, Pete the Treasure Hunter is leveled up as well, Mike. So you get to choose something else. You cannot choose level 2 of corruption until you reach level 5, so that's not an option right now. What would you like to go for? Assassinate. Extra 3% chance of success whilst assassinating enemy heroes. Excellent. And then we will move you up to Miragliano. There he is. Right. I tell you what we are going to do.
Praise Manan!
It does leave Sartosa a little bit vulnerable, but I'm not super worried. What's Sartosa's garrison like? It's pretty effing big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 15 units, and they're not to be scoffed at. So Aranessa's going to come out here. We're going to go try and get this this treasure up here, I guess. I think that's what it is. Leonardo Catraza on the move again. I kind of love the fact that there's just this horrible half demon spirit called Pete just wandering around in the woods outside Miragliano. A plan of action. The night sky bleeds purple. The wind of Shyish is strong, instilling the crew with newfound vigor and strength. Now is the time for action, for conquest, and for using the magical boon to our advantage. Should we control the seas or turn our attention to new lands? Sea Legs gives us campaign movement range for 15 turns, plus 20%. Landlubber gives us 15 turns, 20% casualty replenishment rate. Which one should we go for? Sea Legs! Exactly, Mike. He's just like wandering around, all the trees are dying and stuff. Can you imagine being like a child that's wandered outside the walls of Miragliano? You used to walk this forest all the time, but now at night it seems eerily creepy and like all the trees are dead and something seems to be moving in the mist. No bathtub admirals round here. Landlubber. Ooh, we're split. I actually think I'm going to deadlock it at Sea Legs, because it's not just campaign movement range on the sea, it's for both. And we could use some extra movement range. Right, we're going to go search this mysterious island, which probably will have a fight on it. There we go. Oh no, no fight. This site is home to an ancient shrine to a lost god. The place is bathed in power, and as your followers approach, angry runes upon the shrine illuminate. Their glow a beacon to the weary. Choose! Booms a deep, disembodied voice. Your army will perform better in campaign, or will perform better in battle. It doesn't actually seem to want to tell me what the two things give us. Exactly, Mike, right? I'm going to go with aggression just because it feels like the more RP choice. Aggression versus Farsight. So we've got 1500 gold. Your exploration of the high seas has led to blessings from the Lord of the Deeps. Your troops will be protected from harm while they have the elven god's favour. 1500 gold and Mathlan's blessing for 10 turns, which gives 25% physical resistance. Holy shit. Still not seeing any heroes. I think you've scared them all off, Mike. Sartosa can upgrade some buildings though. And I think we're going to get a smuggler's jetty so we can unlock vampire fleet captains. Are they a hero or are they a lord? They must be a hero class. Yeah, they're a hero. It says embed hero. Okay, wait a minute. Is that what we want to do then? How do you view... Building browser, that's what I want. Where are the cannons? Where do you get cannons from? Oh, it's here. Mortars, carronades, deck gunners. From the munitions hut. possible that we want to get that. Yeah, I mean, we're pirates. We need to have cannons, right? We're going to get a munitions hut. Best to keep the shot and powder separately from bitter crewmen too fond of rum. And actually, we can afford the smuggler's jetty anyway. For the bolder pirate who fears nothing, and especially not death, for none can die a second time. Grab that as well. I think we are so minted we can just do this extra build slot as well. Feel like we should definitely get this, like the gunnery infantry tree as well. You get the Queen Bess from her right. Oh, okay. Which you've already dibsed. Fair enough. You attack his cap and establish a pirate cove while you're up there. Who wouldn't run from a half-bodied creature wandering around corrupting everything? No, I don't think we're getting the crab building. I'm thinking we need to get the rusty pistol trove. There's a fair chance that some of them won't work, and some will explode. But that's not so important, as their owners are already dead. Hero not moved. Ah yes, Pete the treasure hunter has not moved yet. Pete, if you wish, you can take action up here. You could do something to the city or to Leonardo Catraza. Has anything important happened since your absence, Imhotep? Not really. We've just been kind of chilling. We've had another battle with Tilea. We're currently at peace with them. They paid us 1,800 gold for it. Aranessa Saltspite's army is now full. And we may be about to attack Tilea again. Excuse me. Doesn't look like Mike wants to do anything with Pete, so we'll end the turn. Has Mr. Crab's children been doing good? Yeah. They're doing very well. Can we ruin the city's defences? I will have a look. I don't know if we can or we can't. Leonardo Catraza. Oh! Refugio Amaro's on the road again, Mike. Don't know if maybe he needs to have an encounter with a disembodied ghoul in the forest. What is the garrison here like? 14 units plus his 14, so 28 units. We probably don't want to be taking that on. So we'll have Aranessa hold where she is for now. Attack him! Pete the treasure hunter is going to attempt to assassinate Refugio Amaro. And you successfully wounded him, so he will come back. He's not dead. The assassination didn't kill him, but you wounded him. And Pete the treasure hunter has leveled up, so we need another level up choice, Mike, for Pete the treasure hunter. I feel like he's not a very good treasure hunter, since that's his name, and so far he's found one bit of it, but the hero. Oh, yeah, you meant attack the hero. Yeah, that's fine. I know that. Both Spread the Corruption is level 5 and so is Assassinate. You have to be rank 5 to get the second level of both of those. So they're out. The other blue ones are all in, and of course the yellow ones up here. Which one would you like? Or which one would you like to look at? Is a boss, just crawls up and hits from behind. Damage build perk. Damage build perk. What? The Insatiable Hunger? Plus 10 bonus versus infantry? Building? Oh, damage building perk. Okay, right, yeah, that makes more sense. Yep, okay. It is not just the forces of chaos that can despoil, break, and ruin. Cool. And Sartosa can upgrade its rusty pistol trove to a horde of filched firearms. If it goes bang and doesn't blow the shooter to pieces, who cares where it came from?
Ready to swordfish.
Right. Garrison down here is 7 units. Army is 9, gives them a total of 16, which we should be able to whoop. Poor Lucini's getting raided for a 3rd time.
They shall pay.
And I'm fairly sure the map will be the same, because this game has a pretty decent habit of remembering the maps. Yeah, it is.
Crew to war.
What other named regiments do we have? We've got Mr. Crab's Children, Jeff Bastard and Friends, the Sartosa Hellhounds, and then we have Fat Barry, Obese Harry, and Thick Larry. But I'm not really counting them as named regiments because they are bloated corpses. They will explode in this battle and then be dead. They don't replenish. So they've got names, but they're about to be dead anyway. Once again, we'll just pile everybody up here. Start battle and then pause. And this time I guess I will manually build the line because it didn't do it properly last time. Ooh-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. We've also got the zombie pirate gunnery mob this time, so we can put them in. We've still got our Sartosa militia, which we will send down the hill to hold them up. The Sartosa Hellhounds did pretty well for us heading down here last time, so we'll send them down there. Via that way though. God damn it. No. Fine, whatever, just go that way. And then Mr. Crab's children, we will put more or less where they're at. The zombie pirate gunnery mob with bombs. Hold on. Excuse me, had to sneeze. Fat Barry, obese Harry, thick Larry. And we'll position them behind the line in position to push forward. Right, off we go. Highly organised group of individuals. Do the ballistic spell as soon as the enemy line is in range. Which is pretty much when they get to the edge of the water. Apparently you can also replenish ammunition 4 times, son. Why are you guys losing? Oh, because you're being shot. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yes, sir! Quickly! Yes, sir! Understood!
Definitely want to run these chaps down there. I've just fucked up their entire melee unit. They've got no melee troops. Come here. If your regiment dies, can you rename another one? Yeah, if it's completely wiped out, or if you want to disband it or anything, yeah, you can absolutely. You can name another one.
Standing by!
In goes the Sartosa Hellhounds. They're ripping the enemy to pieces.
Get me sooner.
Wait, does this only work on one? Yeah, it only works on one unit. Replenish their ammo. That was pretty damn decisive. No, you can make it any unit you want, Imhotep. It's a city battle, so we're not going to bother. I feel like I just spotted a battle timer that I don't usually play with. One of them killed 222. Between the three of them, they killed 360, 440 of the enemy. Yeah, they're pretty powerful, but like you need to also get them to hit like the right spot. They hit like 2 or 3 units each, because the enemy apparently decided to charge them. No, we're not occupying it, Imhotep. We've got a pirate cove here. We're going to sack it and leave again. Right? Is that what we want to do, guys, or does everybody want to occupy it? That's the pirate life. Ain't nobody getting tied down. Decisive victory.
Sack it!
Ooh, it's worth 2,000 this time.
The true pirate of the great ocean.
Sergeant Syphilis gained a boy seaman. I think we can safely say that his will be a very long apprenticeship. And Aranessa's actually gained a trait, Looter. Find the baubles of the dead and dying. Take them for your own. Sacked multiple settlements. She now makes 3% extra from sacking settlements because she's done it so many times. Mission issued. Oh, another riddle for treasure. Halflings would surely freeze if they visited this moot, but in the south lies a fire undimmed by ice. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Son, get ready for a level up. But first we've got Aranessa. We will get the 3rd rank of Binded to Service. Make it cheaper to recruit units into her army. And then level 7 Sergeant Syphilis. Potentially Imhotep, but right now we're just living the pirate life. He needs to start shooting himself. What are you going for? No. Powder keg. Cooldown to more powder. And more powder's the handing ammunition back out. So it comes back 15% quicker and you get a 5th use for it. Yeah. Cool. Powder keg it is. Let's find out where that other riddle is. Oh, it's in Norska. Yeah, I figured it would be freeze if they visited this moot. That's some pretty far treasure.
Aranessa Saltspite.
Oh, she's starting to get some experience in her army. I think that's going to do it for turn 18 though. Boff boff, yeah we know. Giovanni Adesi was actually killed in battle. So we won't be seeing him again. Boffaroo. What do you mean, oh no, he's on the enemy team?
Salt and blood, fool. Salt and blood. That's all you'll taste soon enough.
Alberic wants more peace, but he's not paying for it, so he's getting told to Jeff off. tech researched efficient necromancy, and we've completed our munitions hut in Sartosa, which we can upgrade to a cannonry shed, which will get us carronades. The pirate ship's batteries are maintained and stored here before being loaded aboard ahead of an action. We will definitely get that.
My ship!
And Aranessa is going to make her way towards Miragliano.
No.
The Queen of Tides! Let's go landwards.
There is actually room in Aranessa's army for Pete to join now that the 3 bloated corpses have killed themselves. Blank. If you want to join the army to participate in the battle. Clan Scryer and the Beastmen have negotiated an alliance. Holy shit. Let's do it. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Fear the Pirate Queen!
And I actually think, yeah, we can raise the dead even in enemy territory. So, we've got 2 unit spots left. Let's get 2 more fatties. We can select another research. Vampiric corruption, weapon strength, skull and crossbones banner. I'll get corrupt the land. All shall know that we are here as masters to rule. Bloated Bill's actually a really good name, Imatech, but we'll save that one. I wanted to do Barry's back because it's double entendre. He's both back, and it's because we made him from his back. And then Larry's leg. Because we found his leg. It really doesn't matter with those guys because they're going to die as soon as they get in a battle anyway.
Sartosa's most infamous!
Right, he's got 14 in there and the garrison is 14, which includes mortars and some other stuff. Don't know if we really want to try and take on 28 enemy units. But we could maybe try and bring them out to us by raiding the countryside.
What's theirs is ours!
Which generates us some income as well.
No.
Plunder!
That's fine. And it's turn 20, so let's do another save. Yeah, I forgot to do one at turn 15 apparently. Oh well. Yar! Raid! Pillage! Oh, hello. Looks like there's some kind of rebel force there now. Shipping ledger. We've acquired a ledger covering much of the recently raided area, filled with useful information about shipping routes and cargo inventories. 2 targets appear particularly valuable, yet strangely they're undefended. There's only time to pursue one of them, though. Which should we target? Merchant vessel with the money, or the transport ship with, well, people that we can kill? I feel like the piratey thing's the merchant vessel, right? Booty! Yarr! Let's get the booty. Richard Ghost. It's vampire count rebels because of the level of corruption they've got going on. Yeah, because they've reached minus 100 public order and they've got high vampiric corruption, so like an army of vampires has risen up.
I will not obey.
We're going to hold position for a little while, continue raiding, see if we can get the army to come out of the settlement. Well, it'll go back in, but it came out to get them. Just where do you think you're going? Pete's rebel army. Oh god, the Manblight tribe have arrived as well. They've started raiding as well. I don't know if they're at war with them though. Okay, there's 11 units in the Manblight tribe army. Is Tilea at war with them?
What?
No, they're not, so they won't fight each other. No, I don't want to talk to you. He has got 9 units. Sartosa's garrison is 18, so they're definitely not going to win. We can also upgrade our Horde of Filched Firearms again to an Armory of the Soulless. Be wary of the undead bearing projectiles. Alright, in that case I guess we'll just continue raiding until he decides he wants to do something else. Ship upgrade available. Could get a captain's cabin. At last I've made it, Bernard. I've got me own room. Well, me own box anyway. Get him, Derry. Get him. Oh, Refugio Amaro's out again. Is he gonna have an encounter with his favourite little nightmare? Shyish winds. Those purple winds of magic are strangely absent round these parts, making the bindings that tie our troops to this world on our will tenuous at best. Should we wait for the winds to blow more favourably for us, or press on regardless? Okay. So we either lose movement or we lose, I mean we get bonuses as well, but or we lose winds of magic and leadership for infantry units. I really don't want to lose leadership for infantry. and we don't need local recruitment capacity, so I think an eternity to wait wins. Pete will get him. Pete will get him. Oh, this time you failed. You still gained a rank despite failing. So, Pete the Treasure Hunter, you've now unlocked level 2 of all of these because you've reached level 5. I think Son might want to have a go at that hero as well now. Fucking Pete the Treasure Hunter. Improve Assassinate. Done. Son, is Sergeant Civilis having a go at Rufio as well? Dang right he is. Yep. Whoa. Yeah, you failed as well. Oh, I don't have a button to realign my camera. You both failed to get him.
Ignore my crew.
Bicket
They are
Claw.
hungry. I usually sail with living ones, but Father commands.
Non-aggression pact, but they want us to pay for it. Well, that ain't happening. Do we want to offer them a non-aggression pact we don't want to pay for? They pay us. I doubt they're going to do that, but... make them pay for it. They rejected. Yep, he's changed his mind. Obviously realised that was a terrible plan. Right, are we having another go at Rufio? Rufio? Refugio, that's the one. Gotta go, Son? No worries, mate. We will, we'll be finishing about 20 minutes anyway, Son, so I'll hold any skill level ups for you that you gain, and otherwise I'll just autopilot. Thank you for stopping by, Son. Hopefully see you next time. Go for him. Failed again? Alright, I guess we'll let Sergeant Syphilis have a go.
Not.
Failed again. However, Sergeant Syphilis has levelled up, Son, if you want to do your last level up before you go. If not, no worries. Let's rename Pete to Pete the Wanderer. Okay, we can do that. Always ready. Excellent. Death is always just a shot away. Cool. Thank you very much, Son. Thank you for coming. Hopefully see you again for the next one. Next Warhammer stream will probably be next Thursday. If it changes, I'll announce in the Discord. Have a good one, bud. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Pete the Wanderer. There we go, Pete the Wanderer. Stick that on my spreadsheet. Let's end the turn. Yeah, I thought he might come up, and then I think he's going to stop and the other one's going to come out. And we don't have Pete or Sergeant Syphilis, because they're both out of the army. Boy. They've got a lot of very basic troops with very little experience, but this is going to be rough to try and win. However, I don't think retreating is going to help us. Although one of them did have to come a considerable distance.
Back to the sea!
Yeah, I'm going to try a retreat. Unfortunately, if we then get attacked again, we cannot retreat, and if we lose that second battle, we'll be wiped out. Which would mean everybody except Aranessa's dead, because they won't be replenished. But
Salt and blood.
I think Flavio Portoanes has moved quite a distance, so he might not be able to catch us.
I'll have my revenge.
Although he might be able to if we fucking move towards him. Yeah, that was... What an idiot.
For war and plunder.
Guess we'll have to fight it. On the plus side, if we do win, they're basically done. They've got nothing to stand in the way.
Deckhands.
Deckhands.
Show us the foe! Zombies!
Zombies. Okay.
Militia!
Gonna put the bombers in the trees, try and catch some of them out when they go that way. The dogs have got Vanguard deployment, so I'm going to put them out in the trees here as well. Mr. Crab's children are going to hold the left flank where it's more open. And Barry's back and Larry's leg will both sort of loiter around here until we know where the enemy infantry is going to be.
Aranessa!
That'll do. We are unfortunately going to have to allow them to meet up with their reinforcements. I'm not too keen on the angle that they're choosing to approach from either.
Militia! Save ammunition!
Going to toggle fire at will off with the militia. We're going to let them get a little bit further in if they don't see us beforehand, because we are currently hidden. They are now within firing range of both units.
Fire at will!
That'll hold them up a bit. And we'll fall the militia back.
Move to battle! Fight, men! Fight for our right!
And once the enemy gets to this side of the tree line, our deck gunners will be able to give them a bit of what's fought. We're now in range of the deck gunners.
Blood of our heirs!
And of the militia again. And I kinda forgot about the big boys. Or at least I forgot how far back in the line they were.
Militia!
Militia are not happy. pull them back behind everybody else.
Free company! Go on way!
There's the enemy leader. Actually, let's bring you over there. These guys are not doing well. Get into them. And try and get this other one, Larry's leg, around the back of the enemy. Try and avoid that guy because I don't know if it will set him off. I think I forgot to tell the Hellhounds to attack anything, so they've not really been being optimized. However, their melee infantry just had a major break.
I'll cut them!
There's Aranessa. I feel like we may have won this. Just a question of breaking them all, and we may have just done that. Yep, we did. Now, this time we do actually want to try and do as much damage as possible. Including, if we can, preventing Leonardo Catraza from going anywhere.
Free company!
Do as much damage to these two armies as possible so that they're not a problem. Excellent. I think one of the deck gunners just clocked him.
With pleasure!
Oh damn it, they're on the edge of the map. Thank you very much, Mike. It was sloppier than it should have been, to be honest, but still a win. stop. Go get him. Sartosa hellhounds. Having a ball. There we go, they managed to get to the edge. Don't think we're gonna catch too much else. Doubt they can get over there in time, but I think Mr. Crab's children might well be gaining on their prey, so we'll see if they can catch up.
Retreat!
Oh, I think the trees have done them in. Nope. Aranessa's actually caught a unit as well.
The gods have abandoned us! Run!
Those guys better pick up the pace because the Sartosa hellhounds are coming in as well. Oh dear. I feel like these guys have made a terrible decision. That'll do. Very, very nice. They have lost, well, there's like 700 of them left, and we've got twice as many as that left, so they are definitely in dire straits.
Empty the brig. You're my queen now.
Bolster the strength of your army by introducing your
Listen
captives
here,
to the
lover,
dark
and
arts.
listen good. The true pirate of the great ocean.
Alright, we got about 10 minutes left of the stream. It's probably time to get a couple of turns in. A great engagement. A major naval battle has ended, leaving hundreds dead on each side. Death is no barrier to continued service, as well you know. Those who fell in battle would make fine new recruits. If we make haste and head off at full sail, the perished could be reanimated before they're lost to the ocean. We must decide if this boon is worth the toll it would take on our crew. Should we make haste or ignore the battle? We're probably not going to do that much recruiting anyway. So 10 turns of increased campaign movement range and line of sight's probably better. Imhotep thinks we should go to the battle and get some recruits. Sarah's saying nothing but death. I think we're going to go nothing but death. The riddle of Itzel. Pierce the green mists, behold what arises from the canopy, and an ancient one shall greet you with a ruby eye. And we've researched Corrupt the Land Tech as well. Oh, chaos stirs too. Storm clouds gather in the north. There are rumours that the barbarous tribes residing in the shadow of chaos have ceased striving against each other for the attention of the dark gods, and are instead banding together. Suckling at the teat of chaos, the hordes grow in strength. It seems only a matter of time before the dam breaks and a tide of ruin bursts forth to engulf the old world, corrupting or destroying all in its path. Marshal your strength, nurture the sinews of war, build your walls high, gather warriors to your banner, and temper them in the crucible of battle, so that when the time comes, you may yet weather the storm. An Aminar attacks. A sea region is being blighted by Aminar, who has risen from the deeps to cause havoc upon the seas. Woe betide any vessel that strays into these waters while the beast lurks in wait. So, Flavio Portuanes was killed. Aranessa has actually gained a rank.
Aranessa, Saltspite.
So we shall... No, we're going to get freebooter for her. If it's not tacked down, this one will have it and kill anyone who gets in their way. Income from post-battle loot and chance of a magic item. So we destroyed one of those armies. We've completed our Armory of the Soulless at Sartosa. Can't upgrade it any further than that. Our newest riddle is a second one in Lustria. So we have two over in Lustria and one up in Norska. Right. Bring Pete down to join the army. That was going to be my next question, Mike. I'm going to put Son in there as well. In fact, not yet, I'm not. He's got 7 battered units. So we're going to move Aranessa right up to the edge of his movement. Then Sergeant Syphilis and Pete the Wanderer. I'm going to rejoin Aranessa's army. And they are going to attack and destroy this force.
Ever been press gagged before?
Ever been press ganged before?
You're my crew now.
Yeah, we'll assimilate captives. Follower gained for Pete the Wanderer, who has also gained a Sartosan map right. Not going to read it again because we already did. But extra campaign movement range for Pete and 10% chance of a post-battle magic item. Trait gained for Aranessa Saltspite, Man's Ruin. Kill them! Kill them all! Their fate gods will recognize their own, if indeed they exist. +3 leadership when fighting against men for achieving victory over men multiple times. Excellent. And Mike, Pete has actually leveled up. What would you like to gain? You cannot get level 3 Assassinate until rank 10, but everything else is available. Apparently there's a new one up here called Haunter of the Dark, which grants you missile resistance. Which one would you like? Or is there any you would like to look at before you decide? Feel free. I'm just not gonna read every single one of them. Which one are we thinking, Mike? Have we lost Mike? I think we may have. Alright, well, we'll hold the level up then.
Another victory! Bride for blood!
Feel like... Oh, we've got a research available, which we might as well grab. Salvaged arsenal. Weapon strength 20% for zombie pirate deckhands and depth guard. The best way to fell an empire is to use their own weapons and armor against them. We'll get that one. And I think just before we end the stream,
Fear the pirate queen!
unassigned skill points. Oh yeah, I know about that.
Make
We
them
will
fish
advance
food!
on Miragliano.
Attack!
And we shall start
Crew
the siege.
to war! Salt!
So we're besieging Miragliano. We've defeated the armies of Tilea. 25 turns. It's pretty damn good. Let me see if we can do a small raideroo, if I can find anywhere to go. Who've we got? Oh, well, I mean, there we go. We're going to raid Johnny Goes Live, who is currently playing Sea of Thieves, which is quite thematic. Johnny is a good friend of mine from... Oh, there we go. Tell you what, before we do the raid, Mike, Pete the Wanderer has a level up. If you want to try and get that in before the end of the stream. Level 3 of Assassinate's not available until level 10. You've unlocked Haunter of the Dark, which is 15% missile resistance, and you have all the others as well. And then as soon as Mike's picked his corruption... Oh, okay, yep, level 2 of that. Cool. We also have besieged Miragliano, Mike. But what we're going to do is we're going to raid Johnny Goes Live. Johnny is one of my buddies from Task Force 159. He's currently not got a lot of people watching him, so if you are going to come for the raid, please do stick around for a little bit. Johnny's a really cool dude, Scottish guy, very funny, and very, very good Sea of Thieves player as well, so if you come in for the raid, make some noise when you get in there, drop some "Oh my dogs" and make some howls and barks and whatnot. Make sure he knows who he's getting raided by, and then stick around for 2 to 5 minutes just to see if you like Johnny, and if you don't, slip out in your own time, feel free. If you do, give him a follow and maybe hang around for a bit. I will be back tomorrow night, like 2 hours from now-ish. Well, no, yeah, 2 hours from now. Tomorrow I will be playing Sunstate Roleplay GTA 5M. The next Total War Warhammer will probably be Thursday next week. If it's not, it will be announced in my Discord. !Discord if you want a link to that. But for the time being, it's going to be War Dog out.